Boawoe.
My dad remarried someone with a child, and not long after, he took her kid, and a handful of other relatives to Disneyland. My brother and I weren't invited. No scheduling conflict, no next time, just not part of the plan. What made it worse was that when he got back, he'd casually tell us all about it. The rides, the characters, how magical it was. Like he was giving us a trip report instead of realizing he was describing a core childhood memory we didn't get to have.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Best of and the Worst of Experience. My name's Ryan, and thanks for checking us out. So what you just saw there was our first video from our very first episode. So thanks for clicking on the link. And that's to give you an idea of what we do around here. We take some stories, some personal experiences, we add some pictures to it, and we put a little twist on it, and hopefully you got something out of that. There's a lot more where that came from, so I won't waste any more of your time, but keep in mind that I saved my favorite for the last one of the episodes. So make sure you stick around for that, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.
My favorite Chinese restaurant used to be this tiny, hole-in-the-wall joint downtown. Cash only, dingy, questionably clean. And yet somehow, the food was absolute magic. It was the kind of place that didn't care about ambiance or hygiene. It just cared about hitting you with culinary firecrackers. Then one day, everything changed. I was waiting for my order when a homeless guy shuffled in, looking like he had survived a chemical attack. Snot hung from his nose like stringy party streamers. He was hacking, and he started begging for money or a meal. The staff, bless their hearts, gave him one. Watching him eat was horrifying, but that wasn't even the worst part. My eyes wandered across the restaurant. Vents thick with dust, silverware stands ignored for days, floors that probably hadn't seen a mop in weeks. I realized the moment he left that nothing would ever be properly cleaned. I haven't been back. Every time I think of that place, I picture every noodle, every dumpling wrapper, contaminated by a little bit of that chaos. Delicious food, yes. Safe, absolutely not. I bought season passes on a whim a few weeks ago because I live close and thought, hey, an occasional hour of fun can't hurt. I had never been until Saturday, twice before I tried, but the lines were so long I turned around like a sane person. This time, we walked over around 7:30 p.m., and miracle of miracles, no line at the gate. Jackpot, or so I thought. The first thing that hit me was how dirty the park is. The second was how miserable every single employee looked. No welcome, no smiles, no acknowledgement at all. Just a collective aura of, why are you here? This place feels like it is run by teenagers. Let's get real. This isn't any of the big-name amusement parks. It's practically a traveling carnival that decided to set up permanent residence, complete with dusty rides that look like they've been forgotten since the Clinton administration. The lines for rides and food barely moved. We didn't go on a single ride. In 1 hour, we witnessed a fight with zero security in sight and kept getting clouded by the smell of pot. Sure, the park is technically non-smoking, but apparently smoke in your face counts as an immersive experience. Despite owning season passes, I'm not coming back. As we left, I made a deliberate effort to say to the gate attendant, "Thank you. Have a great evening." He looked at me like I had just invented kindness, or that he realized I spoke to him. And of course, the night wasn't complete without another fight in the parking lot, still zero security. My sister has IBS and once completely shat herself at Thanksgiving. She was 8 and way too embarrassed to admit it, so she just sat there, didn't say a word. Meanwhile, the rest of us were politely pretending to kinda smell something when the air was absolutely volatile. It felt like we were all hostages to kindness and intestinal distress. Another year, my dad told me and my brother, in confidence, that he'd recently learned my grandma had an ex-husband before my grandpa. She'd never mentioned it, and he only found out by accident from his aunt. He made it very clear we were not supposed to bring it up. So Thanksgiving rolls around. We're all sitting at the table, everything's normal, and my grandma says something casual. Out of nowhere, my little brother, who was about 7 at the time, goes, "Oh yeah, kinda like your dead husband." My dad's soul visibly left his body. Honestly, he should have known better than to tell a second grader anything you don't want repeated in front of cranberry sauce.
And that is how you lose an inheritance. Just like that, the son and the grandson gets nothing now. Kind of makes me think of that Seinfeld episode, the one with the soup.
No money for you. No money for you. Next.
If I was a betting man, which I am most of the time, I believe an older brother had something to do with that. He either put the child up to it by threatening him or convincing him that it'd be funny, it'd be great if he did it. And he did. So let's check out the next videos.
When I was a kid, my mum and grandparents took me to see a play about prisoners, staged inside an old jail that had been turned into a tourist attraction. The performances were terrifyingly convincing. The prisoners were yelling, the guards were looming, the whole place felt grim and real. Child me was absolutely not ready for immersive theatre. I burst into tears, and we had to leave early. Years later, chatting to my mum, I brought it up as my first traumatic theatre experience. Turns out, it wasn't a play. When I was a kid, I had a dream where my pillow was covered in a massive swarm of ants. My mum had to check it and really convince me it was just a dream. I am still queasy when I see ants. I once fully catastrophically crapped myself on the streets of Bangkok. It started during the 1-hour walk back from the embassy, those slow, creeping stomach cramps that say, "You have 15 minutes tops." About 5 minutes from the hostel, my body simply filed for bankruptcy. No negotiation, no mercy. One moment I was walking, the next I was hovering over the sidewalk like a malfunctioning fountain statue, suddenly sporting a gigantic brown stain that could have been seen from space. The smell? Biblical. I did this sideways penguin waddle into a nearby shop, grabbed the first piece of fabric I could find, and wrapped it around my butt like a makeshift shame sarong. Then I waddled back to the hotel with the dignity of a wounded duck, went straight upstairs and threw every article of clothing I was wearing into the trash. There was no saving any of it. Indiana Jones himself couldn't have rescued those items. My deepest, most heartfelt apologies to whoever had to take out that bag. I hope they've healed.
I will never look at Legos the same way after that. That poor hotel staff member, the amount of crap that she's seen, no pun intended, is probably mind-boggling. Anyway, that's our first episode. Thanks for sticking all the way through. We hope that you liked what you saw. If something stuck out to you, please comment your comments in the comments section. And oh, we did release about 5 episodes all at the same time. So if you're checking this out, I'll try to get some links up here somewhere. If not, it'll be in our description. So please check those out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.